Yo, people will really sell their soul for this shit, bruh. They say they about the culture, but really, they just want to show their ass. Yo, these niggas bugging. They ain't really saying nothing. Walk around looking sus and it's all just disgusting. Ew. These rappers make me sick, please pass the roller cussing. He said it's Mike E, man, get up off your knees. I believe I can fly, but first I gotta pee. He was such a G, king of flipping games, rocking the catalog. Come sit with his pain, another soul down the drain. He was really just a lame, but the cult of personality is difficult to tame. Just a drug in the vein, the whole world is insane. They all swallowed up, and to me it's just a shame, and it's sad. Mixing is glad. We run until our business got the nerve to get mad. It be about the bad, little lawsuit like a politics. They said my nigga is a. Come on. I'm saying we gotta do better. You know what I mean? Tell me about it. Niggas out here talking about peeing on each other. Peeing on each other. Type shit. You know what I mean? Trying to make that shit sexy out there. About that. Ain't talking about they booty hole and shit. That's where we at. They booty hole. That's how we gonna raise the baby, yo. Yo, do better, yo. Hang around the cesspool, you're bound to get shit on. So many play themselves just to try to get on. All captivated, caught up in a trance. This life is like a party and the devil wanna dance and you do the hustle. Now you wanna tussle with Russell. You had the records, but you ain't had the muscle to get you for your publishing. Now you put in the bag, but all you got was ruffles. Plus the internet's undefeated. With IG, you can read it. How before you try to keep it. Michael tried to tell us, but we told them to eat it, and they took back his catalog like we all didn't see it. I can't believe it or be it, but you sow, you receive it. We gotta do better if the future's gonna see it. I'm telling y'all better get y'all act together. They ain't playing around. I'm saying in a minute, they just gonna cut it. It's your boy Hakim Green, channel live and direct. We gonna run that back. That's Don't Sell Your Ass by Hakim Green. One more time. Yo, people will really sell their soul for this shit, bruh. They say they about the culture, but really, they just want to show their ass. Yo. These niggas bugging. They ain't really saying nothing, just hustling. Walk around looking sus and it's all just disgusting. Ew. These rappers make me sick, please pass the roller cussing. He said it's Mike E, man, get up off your knees. I believe I can fly, but first I gotta pee. He was such a G, king of flipping games, rocking the catalog. Now come sit with his pain, another soul down the drain. He was really just a lame, but the cult of personality is difficult to tame. Just a drug in the vein, the whole world is insane. They all swallowed up, and to me it's just a shame, and it's sad. It's academics and it's glad. We run until our business get mad. It be about the bad, little lawsuit is a drag. Like a politics, they say my nigga is a. Come on. I'm saying we gotta do better. You know what I mean? Tell me about it. Out here talking about peeing on each other. Peeing on each other. Type shit. You know what I mean? Trying to make that shit sexy out there. Sexy about that. Ain't talking about they booty hole and shit. That's where we at. They booty hole. That's how we gonna raise the baby, yo. Yo, do better, yo. Hang around the cesspool, you're bound to get shit on. So many play themselves just to try to get on. All captivated, caught up in a trance. This life is like a party and the devil wanna dance and you hustle. Now you wanna tussle with Russell. You had the records, but you ain't had the muscle to get you for your publishing. Now you in the shuffle. Said you was getting the bag, but all you got was ruffles. Plus the internet's undefeated. With IG, you can read it. Power is a drug, and these people need it if you keep it. It really ain't no secret. Want you for your soul, you gotta fight to try to keep it. Michael tried to tell us, but we told them to eat it, and they took back his catalog like we all see it. I can't believe it or be it, but you sow, you receive it. We gotta do better if the future's gonna see it. I'm telling y'all better get y'all act together. Ain't playing around. I'm saying in a minute, they just gonna cut it. Uncle Wes, what's the word, brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
How's my sound? Am I feeding back? Was it echo?
No, you're fine.
Cool. Yeah, man. This is actually IZM Sports episode 179. I messed up in the tagline, I believe. somewhere the tagline says episode 170, and this is actually episode 170. Right before we hopped
Now your
on,
now
I
your
was
now your now your volume is off.
really. What about
There.
now?
I hear you now.
Check mic check 1 2 1 2 mic check 1 2.
You're good there.
Yeah. Well, if I'm a little janky, just let me know, and I'll let you guys kind of run the show. But yeah, that was "Don't Sell Your Ass" by your boy Hakim Green. New joint. Check out HakimGreen.com. HAKIMGREEN, like it's spelled right there at the bottom of my box. .com. You can download that song for free. We got merch. Mad is a merch. Don't sell your ass merch. Go check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah. Fellas.
Yeah.
What's
Bum
the deal?
Super Bowl.
You think?
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
listen.
trash.
It was a garbage game, but I'll say this: that's how you beat a champ. You punch you punch a bully in the mouth. You don't let them
Yeah.
get off the mat, and you just
Yep.
whoop they behind into submission. No referees, because everybody was ready to jump on them. That first play, the first series when AJ Brown had that little ticky tack offensive pass interference. It kind of reminded me of the last time the boys was in the Super Bowl. Michael Irvin had a push off on Woodson because they were calling for that all year. Remember, the pass to push off. So you knew that wasn't that was the fishiness.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yeah.
you got to just beat them, and they did solid.
Yeah. That's what I
Based on-
said from the rip. I said if the Eagles are gonna win this game, it's gonna have to bust them in the mouth early. You got to go up big just because KC. I guess you can't never count Pat Mahomes out, but from the rip, they was out.
Yeah, if you get up on them like that, it's really nothing you can do. And Philly ain't do nothing that we should be surprised about because they've been blowing teams out all year, and we all knew they were the better team. It was just the Patty Mahomes factor. You know what I'm saying? But that defensive line was dominant. They barely blitzed. They got to him with 4, and they basically had 8 in coverage almost every down. It's like it's nothing. It was nothing he can do.
Yeah.
Now KC didn't run the ball much. Do you think that contributed to their?
No, they abandoned the run. That was another issue. I thought Kansas City had a bad coaching day all the way around. They sold out on the run with Saquon Barkley. They didn't respect the pass. And to be honest, Jalen just he hit his first read. He wasn't looking. It was like he was dropping dimes all game, like he was throwing pinpoint passes, and just the threat of Saquon Barkley just. Their secondary just wasn't good enough, man, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No,
That's what I thought with Smith and Brown. They are so good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can't discount how good they are.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they're not up to snuff with those dudes at all.
Yeah.
So if I said you stack the line and you just focus on shutting down Saquon, which they did an okay job. They did an all right job, but you got beat deep. You was leaving the deep routes open. So, I was good for the Eagles, man. Congratulations, Philadelphia Eagles, man. Salute to y'all.
Yeah, they're young. They can possibly run it back. I mean, the only thing is obviously Washington is tough in our division. Green Bay is here. Detroit will have something to say. But Philly got a tough squad, and they're young.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Listen, they had a great game. Congrats to my man. I ain't never mad at Jalen Hurts. I always said I liked him. I ain't never mad at him.
You ain't mad at him, but you definitely counted him out.
I did, absolutely. But he did what I said. He ain't do nothing different. He just had a great game. I mean, you got to tip your hat to that dude. That's what you got to do. When it's right there in front of you, he played the game, and he ran. And that was the other thing. He did exactly what he does.
He ran. He was great rushing that.
He had 72 yards rushing. What you want? I mean, so it was what it was. I'm still that's the Cowboy fan in me. Can't just jump on the Eagle.
I got you. But I don't know if you were on. Was it last week or a couple weeks ago? And I compared Jalen to Trent Dilfer. Somebody else. But just not to say he's better or not, or Trent Dilfer's better, or the same level of quarterback. Just that the team is so well rounded. You just need your quarterback to do just enough and not make mistakes. Now, he had the one pick early, but they were able to overcome that.
Nah, I don't think. I mean, I kind of know you going with that because Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, but Trent Dilfer was ass, dog. I mean, he was not a good quarterback. He kept Tony Dungy from getting a ring in Tampa Bay. It was
And he
him.
didn't.
But just being able to do enough
He
is
didn't
what I'm
have to
saying.
do
Like
anything in the Super Bowl that year because that defense was so sick that he didn't. I mean, he gave up 10 of the points they gave up in the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer with two
right.
picks. He had a
But,
pick six and
but
a
only to say that all year I've been calling Philadelphia Eagles as my pick to come out of the NFC until
oh
they lost
yeah.
to the Commanders. Even through the ups and downs, trials and tribulations, they kept churning and for the most part. Won most of their final record. They lost three, 4 games. But through the AJ Brown controversy, Sirianni beefing with the fans, the tension between Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts' inability to have to see multiple reads and be able to pick out open receivers past his first read. All of that was like there wasn't a lot of faith put in the Philadelphia Eagles overall. I'm a Cowboy fan, but just something about the team itself and Jalen just having to do enough. You got Saquon Barkley back there. You got Devontae Smith and Brown on the ends. Like they got it done. They're the Super Bowl champs without Jalen Hurts being a Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or
But he was
Yeah,
dynamic
but he
in that
was
game.
though.
He
I
was
think
though. That's what I'm saying. You saying all that, but he was though.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it.
I know
I'm
you're
just
not.
saying.
No, but
I'm
you're
not saying.
almost saying that
Yeah, now it goes.
you're saying that he
Hey,
basically managed the game and in a
not
Trent
you. No.
Dilfer like way. And Trent Dilfer don't have half the amount of skills that Jalen has, the touch on his passes, the running ability, and all of that. I
Yeah,
think
Jalen Hurts is a
Jalen,
better quarterback than
he's
Trent
definitely a better
Dilfer.
quarterback.
I just think that's a bad example. I don't disagree with he didn't have to do a lot. I mean, but he did a lot Sunday. But I don't think the example of Trent Dilfer is good because Trent Dilfer had 3 chances to get to the to the Super Bowl with Tony Dungy, and he failed each time.
When the goal is to win the Super Bowl, they both did enough to win the Super Bowl. That's the point. It's not to say.
I still don't. I won't agree with that because in that Super Bowl game,
it's not to say that one is better than the other.
No. I'm just saying in that game,
get to the Super Bowl and win it. That's it.
In that particular game, though, Hakeem, what I'm saying to you, in that game, he was the reason that the Giants scored points. That's what I'm saying. He had a pick six and a fumble that they picked up and got a field goal on. And what I'm saying is that the defense was so sick, they still scored 40 points. It wasn't because of him. Like he put the Giants on the board. I mean, that was how they were all year. Trent Dilfer really wasn't the destroyer. He didn't like this. He just wasn't that good. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
He wasn't.
But to even get to the Super Bowl, right? To even get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. All year I was like, except for the last of the NFC Championship game, I got caught up in the,
the Redskins
mistakes. But all year I was like, the Philadelphia Eagles, and I just considering Jalen Hurts not being.
Yeah, you did that.
Allen.
No, you did that. I think a better comparison is Brad Johnson.
Yeah.
You should have said Brad Johnson because Brad Johnson did like he actually contributed to the Super Bowl, them getting there and in the game. I just feel like Trent Dilfer was just a bad example. That's what I was saying. I don't disagree with anything else you said about Jalen Hurts and his ability.
Well, I said Trent Dilfer and another quarterback. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, Brad Johnson is the other one.
Even when you look at again, I'm not comparing Jalen Hurts to this quarterback, but when you look at a Eli Manning, for whatever we can say about Eli Manning not having this or not being that, he won 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but that's also a bad example too because Eli in those playoff runs balled out. And he came up clutch in both Super Bowls. He wasn't managing like he did most of the time, most of the years in New York. Those playoff runs for Eli, those Super Bowl runs, he balled out those games.
He had 2 incredible years in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like Eli Manning.
And clutch throws in the Super Bowl.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like Jalen Hurts made some great throws.
He
He
did.
made some great throws. I mean,
He did. I thought he was just gonna be throwing a bunch of 5-yard dink and dunk slants. He was going deep.
He was throwing dropping some dimes.
And I said
that's
taking off running. Who would have
in order for them to win, he's gonna have to be able to throw the ball. If he can't throw the ball, they're not gonna win. He threw the ball.
Oh yeah. He proved. I mean, he did it. Like he balled out. I mean, that's what he did.
Part of it too was too, because if you think about it and watch a lot of it too, the Chiefs never adjusted and the Eagles adjusted. The Eagles looked at it and said, "Okay, y'all got all these people up on us, and y'all want to shut Saquon down. Okay, now we're gonna start throwing the ball."
Yeah,
and that's what they did. The Chiefs didn't adjust to nothing, man. Like there was no adjustments to nothing in that game, and the Eagles was getting home with 4 guys rushing. They never blitzed at all.
Yeah. They just manhandled them, offensive line, defensive line, and they out physicaled them.
They did. Like they just straight up nothing. They punked them out. Like, and what it was is, to be honest, you guys remember a long time when I came on like weeks before we played the Chiefs, and I had said that I thought that the Steelers was going to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs end up beating us. But the thing is that I felt like the Chiefs was getting over all season. And I'm not talking about, I know people was talking about the whole thing with the penalties. And I think that may play a part because that allowed them to probably win a lot of those games, because I always felt like the Chiefs this year just wasn't the typical Chiefs team. They were a mediocre team this year. And the Eagles showed them how mediocre they were.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, listen, that was a butt kicking.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Cliff was saying about the line just getting beaten bad. Like KC's offensive line could do absolutely nothing, and the fact that they didn't try to go back to just see what you can get on the ground. It was like, we know what you're gonna do. You're gonna pass the ball, and we shut that down.
It's been like that all season, though, Hawk. I'm telling you, if you go back, I had Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy team. His numbers was terrible all season. Like, it was terrible all season. He did not have a good season. His numbers were terrible, and that's how it was. And that's why I felt like I was just like, man, like. And the Eagles, I didn't think that they were gonna manhandle them like that, but man, I mean, like, whoo, that was ugly.
Oh man!
Come on, KG. I know you appreciate this.
I appreciate it, and on top of that, the Chiefs came up in there and got the Trump. They got the Trump curse, yo.
Yo, what's up with your man shaking Trump's hand before?
Looking like a clown, yo, for real, yo.
That's crazy. That was too much. It was too much Trump celebration prior to the game. What's his name? Came Pat Mahomes.
It was Chris Jones. Chris Johnson. What's it? Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Yep.
Ran up to him. Gave him Steven from Django with Stephen Candy. He looked crazy, right? It was crazy.
Clown work, yo.
He had to move past. Did you see? He was like, I saw the whole video. The Secret Service was like around, and he was trying to move, and they looked at him like, "Yo, chill." And then they looked back, and then Trump was like, "It's okay." And then he went out of
his way. Like Trump had ignored him. Like he didn't even see him. Like it's basically like if he didn't look back, Chris Jones would have been looking crazy.
Yup.
I wish
crazy.
he would have left him looking crazy because he looked crazy anyway.
Right.
Like it's really disgusting. Which is I know Benny just hopped on. You know, we kind of talked about the game itself. You know, KC's lack of anything really, offensively, defensively. We talked about Jalen Hurts. You know, kind of. I don't want to say playing above himself, but he had a really good game.
He managed it well. He managed the game well.
Well, I mean, he had some pretty deep throws. He had some pretty big plays, some pretty big runs too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know, he did enough to, you know, spank that ass. Really.
He had some great runs on third down.
Like good.
Those
Big
third
runs
down
on third
runs
down.
those third down runs were backbreakers. They couldn't get off the field. Every time he ran the ball, he got a first down. I mean, it was crazy.
And he was dropping dimes. I mean, straight dimes, yo.
They did what they did all season. I told it, like the Eagles they're capable of soaking and killing the clock. You know, they will kill the clock on you.
It's body shots. It ain't headshots with the Eagles. It's all body shots to wear you down.
Yep.
So if you think about KC season this year, they won a lot of games at the end and last year. You can't do that in the Super Bowl.
No.
You get exposed. You get exposed quick. And I was arguing with people. I said, if we're healthy, we're winning the game handedly. And we were healthy. I'm glad, even though I love Saquon and we got Saquon and he definitely got us to the Super Bowl. I love that Jalen Hurts because he was there 2 years ago. He lost. He said we got to come back. The other thing is he's still carrying the mantle of Randall Cunningham and what you call Donovan McNabb. And Vic. Shoot, I forgot Vic.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a team that's had 3 black quarterbacks prior to him that didn't.
Or Vince Young was a quarterback there too.
Oh God, thank you.
Come on, Philadelphia Eagle fan. Come on,
God,
dog.
Vince Young is you know.
You just bought that hat yesterday. Come on,
No.
But the other ones, but you were right though. The other ones didn't. The main two the other two made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's just it's he had a lot on his. He knows that too. You know what I mean? So it was a big deal. And then him and Devontae Smith won the national champions. National champions at Alabama, and then win the Super Bowl. I think that was a historic moment for those two. It's just, man, I could not be happier.
Are you in Philly right now, or you in NY?
I'm home. I'm in New York. Yeah.
Okay. I think you might, take the trip to the Mecca right fast. You might touch.
That's
down
on Friday. That's on Friday, but it's Listen, it's too ignorant down there. My cousin FaceTimed me from there.
They pulling down traffic lights.
Yo, he was on Broad. He was on Broad and Lehigh. And if y'all know Philly, that's like that's heart of North Philly. And I'm like, you out there like that? He said, yeah. So I got the blower in the car. I ain't playing out here. I'm like, see, that's why I can't go down with y'all. Like, I want to have fun, but I ain't.
Yeah. That's different. It's different. I feel you. But we talked about. Let me see, Jalen. We talked about AJ Brown. He was beefing in the first half. He wasn't touching the ball and not getting the rock. Something happened.
Yeah.
It went game. Make sure he got a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also got to understand he's the number one receiver, so they're gonna be on him. That's his.
Yeah, you're gonna get safety over the top on him.
Yeah, all the time. So he can't.
What was his problem? Why was he beefing?
Well, he feels like he wants to. He wants to be the go-to guy. That's been all season, though. That's not new. That's been going on all season.
Yeah.
When he threw his little tantrum, walking off to the sideline.
And he argued with Syria, and then he hit him right afterwards. But
what was the turn? It was a turnover right after that. How'd they get the ball back?
I think it was a 3 and out.
I think it was 3 and out. Mm-hmm.
3 and out. They got the ball back, marched right back down the field.
Yep.
Jalen gave him the little trigger finger, like, "Oh, that's your matchup.
Yeah,
Go get it."
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah. Big shout out to Jahan Dotson, no doubt.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. Everybody's like, "What?"
East Orange, New Jersey, in the building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
From the home team.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was
Yeah, me and Hawk went to high school with his mother and father.
Oh wow, get out of
Yeah.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Yeah, he came out of nowhere. People
these
like,
legends, boy. I tell you, he's little small town, Central Jersey, Central North Jersey. But man, Lord, man.
but how about the defense though? I don't know if y'all talking about the defense yet though, but
Unbelievable.
K brought up the four
Number one
pass
defense.
rushers with 100 sacks.
that's crazy.
It
They
was
didn't blitz
crazy.
they didn't blitz not one time.
No, not
Yeah.
one time.
If you remember, that's what Strahan and the boys did against
The
the
Patriots.
Patriots in that
Oh, the
Super Bowl.
Patriots. That's right.
Yep. And remember, like when they played the Patriots, Strahan and them, the very first play of the game, they got a grounding on Brady. Brady threw that ball so fast they came through there.
Wasn't that a safety? Wasn't that the when they got the safety that first
I
play?
know the very first play, he got a grounding play. He got a
Yeah.
grounding, intentional
Yep.
grounding. Like it was the very first play of the game.
Yeah, that was. You know what? And I think, and again, not taking anything away from the Eagles' defense because it was spectacular. But man, I think I don't know who's the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. Is it Matt Nagy?
It might be. I don't know.
Right.
Whoever it is, that I think they showed how much they miss Eric Bieniemy because they had no adjustment for that defense.
Yeah.
I said that, Kyle, before you came on. I just said that. They did not adjust. Now, you can say what you got to say. I'm not saying not to say it, but that's the exact same thing I saw. And I was just saying to the guys, I was like, they did not adjust at all.
Where's Bieniemy? He's in Washington or he's not? Oh, he's at a
Somebody's unemployed.
Nah, somebody just picked him up.
Oh, really? Okay, dope.
He was in college. Somebody just picked him up, I believe.
Yeah, he's in college.
Okay.
He's a running backs coach now.
And
No,
then somebody,
he's a running
Wes,
back
nobody,
coach in the NFL. He's a running back coach in the NFL now. I forgot who picked him
And
up.
yeah, somebody just picked him up, Wes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt Nagy's offensive coordinator for the KC Chiefs.
Yeah, he
Yeah, but it's,
he takes the L more than Pat Mahomes.
Speaking of offensive coordinators, JT just reminded us that.
yeah.
Chicago Bears new coach, right?
Nah, he's in New Orleans.
No, Saints.
Saints.
I mean the Saints. The Saints. Took the Saints job.
Yeah.
Saints job. So you know
So
that
he
was the
just
offensive
he just
coordinator for Dallas
he just stayed in New Orleans, huh?
That's a dead end job. Not to mention they don't have a quarterback. They're
that's gonna
trash.
that's gonna be terrible. Like that's
They'll
why
be
that was the
fine
last
in
job
years.
available. Nobody wanted it.
Nobody wanted it. Because where are they in the draft? They can't even get. I mean, who's going to be out there? Shador. Who else is going to be out there for quarterback?
Damn,
but
they don't even have a top
They
pick.
don't even have a pick.
They don't even have a top pick.
Nah.
The question is too. Also now, Benny, like who's the Eagles going? The Eagles need a new offensive coordinator now.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I think. I mean, they're gonna probably get somebody that's from another team. But then how? Like, are they gonna pay him? Like, what they
I'm
gonna
bugging
do?
out because the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator just took the Eagles to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, how about that? In 1 year. In 1 year. But that goes to show you, that's the dysfunction of the. I mean, we know that the Cowboys organization is just dysfunctional because of the owner.
I mean, yeah, we know the Cowboys business all day, every day. But we've had questions about Kellen Moore's ability to, do his job.
Yeah.
And
you mean ability
especially when we look.
You mean being hindered from doing the job, or his actual ability to do the job?
Well, we've questioned his ability to do the job.
Oh, okay.
Now, why he was enabled, we didn't get too far into that, and we do know Jerry has a lot of influence on the Cowboys, but in terms of calling plays and strategy, in real time, I don't know why as the game is going and the game is being called. And then, the team's ability to execute what's being called.
Right.
So, we've had
How about also the quarterback of being able to maybe audible out of it into certain things and also be able to adjust around the plays that's being called.
Yeah.
Well, in Jalen Hurts' case, how much of that do you think is going on with him?
I mean, I don't know,
I don't
but I do know that, that is a component.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
don't
a hell
think
of a
that.
lot easier when you got Saquon Barkley in the backfield. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Wow.
So, I mean,
And it's a lot easier when you could just take off yourself.
Yeah.
mhm.
Say it again?
I it's
I said
easier.
it's a lot easier when you can take off yourself as a quarterback too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm worried for next year. I mean, being honest with myself, Washington is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, they are.
They're gonna be tough to beat 2 times in the season. I'm not even gonna lie. Those are gonna be hard games. Because they look great,
And they said that they're pushing to try to get Myles Garrett.
Yeah, well, I think we
Wow.
might lose Sweat. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get Michael Parsons, if we got Myles Garrett.
Dallas ain't letting
Now
go.
I'm talking about Washington. I'm saying Washington is pushing to get him too.
Yeah, we are too, but both of them guys, because we might lose Sweat. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I think Jerry's
him.
going to figure out how to pay Michael Parsons.
You think so?
Because Michael Parsons is entertainment.
No, I got you, but he's also a hometown kid, just like Saquon was. And so,
Yeah.
So you bring everybody back to Philly.
Yeah.
And he's
Who's he having a conversation with? Michael Parsons.
He was raised. No. He was raised in Pennsylvania.
Teams going somewhere, and the person told him that he wanted Lamar. He suggested to Derrick Henry that he should go to KC, Kansas City.
Who said that?
Michael Parsons suggested to Derrick Henry he should go to KC.
Before this year or next year?
Next year.
Oh.
And Derrick Henry told him that he's always wanted to play with Lamar. He's staying put.
Yeah.
He's with the quarterback he always wanted to play with.
Yeah.
So he has a loyalty and allegiance to Lamar Jackson.
Both of those teams are great coaches, great quarterbacks. Yeah. Both of them are.
But since we're talking about Saquon and Derrick Henry, the rushing game is back in the NFL. It looks like.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, between those two and then Jacobs and a few other.
And the boy from Detroit, what's his name?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
Yeah.
Montgomery too.
Shoot, Montgomery too. They got
Both
two
of
of them.
Tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what you call them down in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Bijan.
Bijan Robinson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah.
About to enter into his rookie season.
Yeah.
Draft, how successful he can be, but it looks like the running game's back.
Yeah, that's good.
Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, he was hurt all season though.
Yeah, he'll be back.
Yeah. You think he'll be able to be that guy coming off with back-to-back injuries in 1 year, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I know Coach he's not here. He's gonna hate to hear this, but I'm more and more hearing that Aaron Rodgers to San Francisco talk. Man, they were talking about it again today.
Why is it?
Yeah,
I heard that too.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. He'll kill that locker room.
Yeah, he's gonna stink the place up.
He will kill that locker room.
Yeah.
The talk is the chatter is even louder for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He better stay away, yo. Stay away.
No,
listen, man. I'd rather be mediocre with Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is not mediocre.
I'm not saying when I say mediocre, I'm not saying him as a quarterback. I'm talking about as a team to not go anywhere. That's what I'm saying. I'd rather do that and let him learn, and we build around him, and take our bumps and bruises and be mediocre. I'm talking about like that. I'm not Justin Fields. I'm not saying he's a mediocre quarterback.
He's dope. I think he just ain't in the right.
Exactly.
He hasn't had the right situation. But where's Russell Wilson going to Vegas, to the Raiders?
He should, hopefully.
Yeah, he's going to.
That's going to be interesting. If Tom Brady is the part owner, I wouldn't go to having this dude.
Well, they're going to draft Shador probably, more than likely. Should do it to the Raiders.
Man,
They should.
who's got number one pick?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, but they said that I saw something today. Tennessee, or the other day, that Tennessee is looking at trading that pick away.
Really?
Yeah,
Is Travis going first? We think, or no? Depending on.
I think so.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think so. Depending on who's picking.
man, did y'all see the? Never mind, let's not even go there. Let's stay with the Super Bowl. Nah, I don't even worry about it. Let's stay with the Super Bowl. There was the game. Of course, there was the game.
Yeah.
The Eagles spanked that ass. But then you had halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And, the conversation's pretty much been about the halftime. K-Dot, Kendrick Lamar, his performance, all the subtleties and, not so subtle messaging and symbols that he had going on, and his choice of songs, the impact, my personal feeling is, what he stands for, I've been waiting for since public enemy.
Yeah.
Like what he presents to the culture and to, the establishment. Maybe he's not as direct in terms of what he's saying, but his overall art is very about liberation. It's about uplifting Black people specifically, and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I would say, like I said, I'm a Public Enemy guy. He's not speaking to our generation necessarily, so sometimes I'm like, whatever with the bars. But what he stands for as an artist, as a man, is like, I applaud him through and through. And I think he shined his halftime performance. Like it was to me, everything we could have asked for in that. The conversation afterward is about everything he had going on, from the Serena appearance to the staging and the choice of performing on the PlayStation controller, and you had the prison yard dancers.
Yeah, Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam Jackson, that was amazing. As soon as I saw Sam Jackson's face, I was like, "Okay, I know where we're going."
Yeah.
I was like,
I have a few criticisms, but they're not necessarily. It's not a Kendrick criticism. My criticism, and I mean, you can laugh at me because it's what I do. But my criticism was the coverage of the Super Bowl. It was staged in a way that you had to be looking down on it to really appreciate the movement.
Yeah.
And I feel like we didn't, as the viewer at home. He was just like right here the whole time, and stuff was going on. And then you got I just feel like, when I watched Usher's thing last year, like you felt every piece of that. You felt the stage, the transitions, the dancers moving.
Rihanna's too.
You just didn't. It just wasn't. I personally think it wasn't directed well.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, and it could have been a combination of things. It could have been Kendrick saying, "Nah, I want to talk directly to the people."
Yeah,
as an MC, because that's what he put on, was a MC show with all the other stuff happening. So I appreciate it from that point of view. And the other criticism, again, is a slight criticism, is just the set selection. Like I just felt like, when you on that platform, the boy got bangers. He got slaps. And it's like, damn, I want, you know what I'm saying? This is
right.
I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
I followed this kid's career like he's dope. You know what I mean? I think it's dope. And I followed the career, and Good Kid, Mad City. Like I that album out, like, I follow it. And I just like, it was like moments where I felt like, that there could have been some songs with more connective tissue to his bigger thing, just the Drake thing. That's really it. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna follow with you, Benny, and I think and I think you just really made me understand what threw me off at first, right?
Because at first I thought he performed a lot of records, number one, that weren't big records. And I'm like, Dag, at this stage, this is for the world. You
Right.
know, why not perform your big records? And then I'm like, after seeing everything now, it was put together. The songs were appropriate to what his message was doing. It
Yes.
wasn't about the songs, it was about the message.
I
So
agree.
I got that later. And now I'm understanding, because when I first saw it, I was like, okay, that was okay. Because he didn't do big records, and he should have did big records. And a lot of the messaging I missed. And you just made me understand probably why a lot of it was missed, because they shot it in the wrong way. Because a lot of things, when I missed it, and I didn't see it until I'm looking online and I'm looking at comments and I'm seeing certain people talk about certain things. I had to go back and watch it again. I'm like, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. And then after that, I'm like, I gave him an A+ after it, because of all of this stuff going back later, you know, and understanding it later. But watching it for the very first time and just watching it once live, I didn't catch it. And the reason that most likely didn't catch it is that you explained it, Benny, because it wasn't shot and directed the right way for at least me personally to catch it.
To feel like you in that stadium, you're seeing all the transitions, the light going on, the flag, like the overhead of that flag. But we just didn't. When I'm looking for that,
See, so I'm with you. I'm with you, and I'm with both y'all, because looking at it, my immediate thing was like, performance wise, it was all right. It was all right. I got it. It was all right. It was all right. Right. But he did what he's been continuously doing over his career, which is just you hit the nail on the head when you said, when you went back and you looked at everything, now you give it an A.
Yeah.
But he consistently forces you to peel back the layers.
And that's
as you're peeling back more and more layers, you're like we might be analyzing his Super Bowl appearance for like the next 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, because it wasn't a commercial performance.
It wasn't. And that's what I was expecting. That's why I didn't give it. I gave it an A+ going back analyzing.
Yeah. He did everything he was supposed to. He represented the West Coast. He represented hip hop. He represented, the battle and the beef. I think people that don't fully understand what was going on.
Yeah.
He paid too much attention to the Drake thing. I don't agree. I mean, it's hip hop. What else you gonna do?
That's what you're supposed to do.
This is the biggest record in the world. You won Song of the Year and Record of the Year at the Grammys. Yes. Regardless of what the message is, you have to perform that song, and have the whole audience singing the A minor part. I mean, that's that's gonna go down. That's gonna go down forever.
And then the numbers came out today. The numbers came out today too of it.
Big.
167 million.
Yeah, biggest
halftime show in the history of the NFL, bigger than Michael Jackson.
Bigger than Michael Jackson.
Yeah, and he passed Usher, because Usher was the biggest before this. He passed Usher's number.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. They said right now he's the number one most streamed event right now is worldwide, globally, is Kendrick's performance, halftime performance. And it's like 30 different countries. He's the number one streamed anything.
Yeah, and we have to applaud him, man. It takes a lot of guts to do the messaging and to do what he went up there and did and stood for at this time. What more appropriate time to do it?
I always felt like he's the last the last bridge for hip hop for me. Like for our generation, he's the last of the hip hop guys that are artists that are younger than us that still gets it. And I think that's it. Like he's the last one. Like him and J. Cole, for me, are the youngest dudes that still are conscious rappers, and they force you to they push the buttons that you need to be pressed. Like I love it, but I don't think there's anyone after him.
No, that's 100%. And I love that he in that song. I love that he used Biggs. Ain't no other king in this rap thing. Like every time I hear that, it's like reaching back to our generation to reconnect that.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you somebody to be on the lookout for, though, Wes.
Okay.
Her name is Doechii.
Doechii?
Oh yeah.
Doechii. She won a Grammy. I'm good. This past Grammys was best new artist.
Best.
She's
Yeah.
in the TDE family too. She's
I
in the
think
same family with
I
him.
did hear something about her because she's smooth. I just gotta get into it.
Yo,
I think she got best hip hop album.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Well, I'm
bro,
glad you
Yeah.
told me
she's
that.
like,
I'm glad you
it's
told me that.
it's amazing that real artists and real MCs are getting acknowledged, getting celebrated, getting awards, getting like
Yeah.
just that.
Last year
like,
was Killer
MC
Mike.
Killer Mike won
we
it.
can
Yeah.
appreciate. You know, for me, this next generation coming up, you know, because for a while it was very, you know, just shock value, over sexualized, not really about the bars, you know, more about just the sales and the hits and the. But when you know, even though we're saying Kendrick could have performed or should have performed other songs, for him to do that stage and deliver an artistic presentation when everybody else is going, no, you got to keep a commercial. Nobody's gonna care. And then he does the numbers that he does, doing what he does. Man, that's just it's amazing, bro.
Hey, did you hear Samuel Jackson in the skit? Oh, whoa, no, you too ghetto.
You know, and it's crazy because this is off subject, but if I'm a Broadway play producer, I'm throwing it back at Samuel Jackson to do something. Because to deliver that live the way he did in the 70, 80,000 people.
Yeah.
And you know he masters that.
Yeah, and then when he went into the smoother stuff, he was like, "Now that's more like it. That's what the people came to hear. Keep it right there." He like, no, right time, wrong person, yo.
Right.
Oh man.
But the illest is that he did it in front of Donald Trump.
Yep.
Yes, that's yes.
Trump had something to say too. He was like, "Oh, it was the fact that he said that lets me know Kendrick did his thing.
Mission accomplished."
What did Trump? I didn't even hear Trump's response. What did Trump say?
Oh, he did one tweet or whatever about Kendrick and also saying that Taylor Swift got booed and all the like just pettiness. You know what I mean? Like
typical petty Trump.
Super petty, dog. You almost 80 years old. It's like, come on, man. Like for real. And Taylor Swift got booed. Let's be clear. Because she's from Philly and been an Eagles fan her whole life.
Thank you.
That's why
Yeah, everybody, people out here in Texas was like, she's so trifling. I'm so happy she got booed, but I kind of knew she was a Philly fan, but they didn't want to acknowledge that. I was like, you obviously don't know nothing about football.
Yeah,
she's a Philly fan. But she's like, no, they booed her because of her political beliefs. I was like, okay.
All right, but Donald Trump got booed too.
He did.
Exactly.
He swears he did it.
Middle fingers and everything. It's a picture of it with a group of white people with their middle fingers up at him, right in front of him. He's trying to play it off.
And I think I believe it was Ebro. I forgot who was saying it this morning, but the in-stadium experience was terrible for people because of Secret Service. You couldn't even go to the bathroom or go get a drink when you wanted to.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's terrible. Yeah.
That's the reason why presidents don't go to events like that.
That was about him.
Yeah,
they said we spent about another $35 million in security for him.
That's crazy.
That's taxpayer money right there.
And he always talking about somebody else wasting money and this and that, and talking about he gonna take the pennies out of circulation is a waste of money. What about that?
Yep.
Yeah. And then he fell asleep.
Can't make this up.
Did he?
He fell asleep.
Did he?
I mean, that's what old men do.
It's a whole picture of him dozed off at one point. Wake up.
He said something about the kickoff, and he was like, "What's up with this kickoff? Why are they doing this?" I'm like, "Bro, that's how
he ain't been following
the season. We've been doing that all year.
All year, they changed it. Yeah.
Well, in all fairness, he's had a bunch of other things on his plate. You know, in and out of court. You know, ducking allegations. You know, so yeah, what's going? Hold on. There was
he cursed the chief.
Absolutely.
At one point during Kendrick's performance, there was one of the dancers ran across the field with a Free Palestine,
Sudan.
flag.
Yeah.
And that's like just all of these different things going on at the Super Bowl, which, that's probably the Super Bowl has taken the place of, baseball and apple pie. Super Bowl is Americana, especially since
they had another
Kaepernick
Sambo. They had a Sambo on there too, talking about the lift every voice and sing, talking about that wasn't the place. That wasn't the place to sing the black national anthem. And it's like if the guy knew that song was created for Abraham Lincoln when he got to be president, and the NAACP decided to name it the black national anthem. It wasn't created for black people, but they said that anthem was more relatable for them. And so some clown got on TV saying, some black dude, why do black people always have to try to be divisive? That they have to have their separate national anthem. We should have one national anthem. There's no Spanish anthem. We're not singing the Spanish national anthem. That's because it's not a Spanish national anthem. There's no Muslim national anthem. That's because there's not one. It's
Right.
like it was so stupid.
It's
But you have to have one person go out there and put it out there.
But they also sing "America the Beautiful," so it's
exactly.
Like, what do we argue?
That's so stupid, so dumb.
No, that's just
anytime we're empowered, that bothers them. I mean, it was critique.
But for it to bother us, it's crazy.
Why there were no white dancers amongst Kendrick Lamar's dancers? Like there were no white people. So they were like really criticizing that.
Yeah.
Also, now you want DEI, huh?
Right.
DEI? That's a DEI thing?
That's DWI right there.
Yeah, DWI, right? I was like thinking about John Thompson during the whole show. I was thinking about John Thompson because he said that why there's no black people on the Georgetown team. He said, "Give me some good white people and I'll put them on the team."
Oh, right.
There you go.
Same thing with the dancers. Give me some good ones and they can dance with them. Period.
That's funny.
That's it.
Well, and plus you got to think about it too all the way around. It's just like, man, like, Kendrick would like it was a creative message he was trying to send,
It was dope. It was so dope.
Yeah.
It was just
said the revolution will be televised. I was like,
HTP started off with that, right?
Yeah.
Poets.
He's he's captivated the world's imagination in a very positive way, man. And it's unbelievable to see, especially because we're going through all the things that we're going through. So to have someone of that stature maintain his integrity and maintain his artistry, there's hope in the world,
Yeah. I definitely like to go back even to Benny's point. Like I didn't even realize that was a prison yard because the way that like you said, the way that they shot it, like you couldn't even tell what it was. I thought it was a street corner.
I thought it. You know what? I thought it was a street corner too. And when he goes, you talking about when the lampposts and all the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was a street corner. I thought it was a street corner too.
I thought it was a street corner.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was a street corner, but when I saw how long it was and the way the light poles were set up, and I guess anything else like building settings and building structures,
the design, the production design they weren't in sync about what.
Yeah, but then to your point about him looking at the camera, Benny.
Yeah,
because he was talking directly to Drake. That's why.
Yeah, no, I know, and I think that and I've been listening to all the criticisms. Mostly all the criticism are the same criticism. It's about the songs and just about the overall performance impact. And not necessarily the message delivered. And I think because we're programmed to a certain thing that Michael Jackson actually created, that's what we're expecting.
Yeah, I think that's right.
We're expecting a spectacle.
And when you go to a concert, you're expecting them to perform all of their big records and really make those records shine. That's what I was expecting from him. Watching it, because I'm thinking, okay, this is the ultimate concert. So now you gotta pick your top records and perform for it. But like I said, but analyzing later, I get it.
But here's the thing too, it's like if you're on tour and you've created a set and you might change this and that depending on which city you go to. You might, I'm gonna drop this song because this song
Right.
is here and that sort of thing. That Amazon performance he did, that to me was incredible, and I thought we were gonna get that elevated. You know what I mean? And that was a much longer performance, so I felt like we would get that elevated. Even the message there was particularly about Los Angeles and bringing together the gang, street, what he did at the end and stuff like that, and dissing Drake. But it's like, I just think that that's my criticism is the song selection. That's all. Like the freestyle at the beginning is just, I was like, oh, what is it? You know what I mean? What was that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was like, I know they said that was the intro to GNX or something like that or whatever. Like I only listened to that album a couple of times, so I'm not familiar too much with all the songs. So especially wasn't that, because when he first started with that, I was just like, what is this? Like, what song is this?
Yeah. I just knew that the Mexican lady was going to be out there singing. Like, you know what I mean? It was things. I play that GNX album. That's my workout album. Like, so I'm just like, okay, this is what I'm expecting. The lady to be somewhere and she got the full flamenco or the full thing, whatever, and she's singing that the Spanish, and then that's what I thought. And it's so when you're thinking that, and then when you get something, you let down a little bit. But like you said, KJ, when you go back and forget what you thought you was going to get and just analyze what was given, then it changes.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
man. So let me see before we leave the NFL. Anything else out there? I saw Prime was getting interviewed by some ladies, and one of them said she liked dark chocolate. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
See that? Swear to God, he's sitting at the table with two bunnies, and he said, "What flavor you like?" She said, "Well, I like dark chocolate." He was like, "Oh, word? Oh yeah, that's it. Dark chocolate, huh?"
That's what Deion Sanders said.
Yeah, he said, "Yeah." Like it was definitely like a little flirting back and forth. But the crazy thing about it, the video that I saw, they had doctored it up, put Umar's face right there.
I was about to say, where was Dr. Umar?
Umar was like this. There's no funny activity going on in the
Yo, this dude, man.
Internet be internet.
One quick thing, I know, just to go back to it, I think somebody, I don't know how true this is, Benny, you probably would know better than I do, but they were saying that even though Kellen Moore is and was the OC, his assistant was the main play caller. So it could be a situation where it could be a situation. I'm not 100% on that, but that's what I read. It could be a situation where they just elevate the assistant. But I know that was disastrous last season for them.
No, but what happened was, so Kellen Moore, the reason we lost our first two games in the season was because Kellen Moore is a pass offensive coordinator. And when we lost the first two games, it's like, yo, we got the best running back in the league. We need to use him. And so they changed it. And so that was a combination of his assistant implementing some things that he had in the game plan, and changing it. Okay. And then and from there. So they're going to be smart about it. I think they're going to keep – I think they'll keep a lot of people. It's going to be hard, man, to keep folks when when the money is what it is. And Philadelphia, it's not like the Cowboys or the Patriots or the 49ers or, these max dollars teams. And so or what is it when you can go over a certain amount over the salary cap. Hard cap. It's not that kind of team. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out,
I didn't know that about I guess the first two games, Saquon not really being leaned on.
No.
That's just odd because of the
he didn't play he didn't play in the preseason that much either. You gotta keep in mind he's been banged up for 6 years. every year he got hurt. So they look at it like.
Did you see the video of the conversation that the Giants GM had with his kids about who he should pay? And his son told him Saquon, and he's like, right. It's like the same thing to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the offensive coordinator. You don't know what you got, bro.
Yeah.
Saquon, bro.
If I was the Giants, and I don't want to, but if I was the Giants, I'd fire what's his face, Dable. I don't know what they holding on to that dude for. It don't make sense to me.
And the GM.
And the GM. Get rid of them.
Joe Chang, yeah.
Figure out a way to
they both got
Shador, because the one thing that this is New York City, what you need is a star to come and play in the city, and that's going to generate all the other things. I would hire Jason Kelsey as my offensive line coach. Have him go and pick I would recreate.
I like it. I like
what I'm getting beat by. I'm gonna go and figure out a way to recreate that.
Right.
Yeah, Shador is not he's undersized, but he's on the same side as Stroud, right? They're probably around the same size. Or as CJ Stroud.
He might be bigger than Stroud.
He's bigger than Stroud.
He's Jalen Daniels though. He's bigger than Jalen Daniels.
So there you go. So you gotta rip that team apart and start all over. Even the Jets. I'm glad the Jets are getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, who do they get? Who knows? But it's like Aaron Rodgers, yo. You can't. That dude is just.
I love what you're saying about Jason Kelsey, though, because at the end of the day, no matter how much we talk about these skill positions, it's football. It's the offensive line versus the defensive line.
That's it. The scrimmage is where the game is won and lost.
And that's how the Eagles manhandled the Chiefs with that defensive line. Jesus Christ.
Jalen Carter is the new Ndamukong Suh, yo. He don't
care.
It's a bad boy, man.
And all those dudes are young.
This is what I want.
Second, third-year players.
This is what I want to say. So this is how smart the Eagles were this week. So they said Jalen Carter got sick. He's not available for interviews, this sort of thing. Now, he still has the accident hanging over his head. That was only 3 years ago in Georgia remember when his teammate died in a car accident.
That was right before the draft.
Right before draft. That's how we got him. We got him because he fell low because he was racing his teammate's car and the teammate crashed and died with the other woman that worked for the team. He died in a car accident. He was never charged with anything, but he was part of the racing.
Yeah.
So if you've seen the team, if you've seen them all year, Jalen Carter's had several outbursts with the coaches on the side of the field. He's had outbursts. Oh yeah, he's had outbursts with fans. He's had outbursts with other players. He's grabbed players by the face mat. Like he's just a young brute. Bad boy. This is not a kid that you make available during this Super Bowl he just don't have the home training to have the conversation. What do? Oh, he's not well. Let them it'll get him off his game. They're gonna ask
loose cannon. He's a loose cannon. You don't know what he's
years
gonna say.
ago. You might have been going to jail, and now you're in the Super Bowl. You don't need that. So let's not make him available.
Wow.
Other players are sick too, but this guy can't nobody talk to him. They did a phenomenal job of keeping him level, keeping him away from the media, focused on his game, and you see what he did.
Wow.
It was crazy. I'm sorry. What you say?
No, go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No, that was I was saying, wow.
Yeah, just to that point, to move us to the next conversation. There wasn't a lot of talk around the NFL in between the 2 weeks it's 2 weeks. There's a lot of time. Dig up some controversy. Dig up some dirt. Guy. What's his face? His father got pent up, but that wasn't a big media story.
Mahomes' dad. Yeah, that was a couple months ago, though, right?
No, this was like the same week, or maybe I just saw it that week.
No. It was a week before the Super Bowl. It was the
Okay.
week before.
It was a week
But
before the Super
but that
Bowl. Yeah.
LeBron and Luca news took up a
It,
lot of
That's
that.
why.
it took a lot.
That's right.
That's where I was going. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I was going. But
Yeah.
even still, you know, the Luka LeBron kind of soaked up the media, but it's still the Super Bowl. Like that just was just odd. It was very odd to me. But I guess
One thing, like
Jordan
really
can't.
quick before we even segue, real quick, Hot. I did see a thing with Deion Sanders said that he could never coach in the NFL. He said because they don't practice hard.
I've seen him say that before.
I actually saw an interview with him, and he said that the only way he would coach in the NFL is if he get to coach his sons again.
Yeah.
You know, he
Yeah.
said because he said I'm not gonna, I'll be an idiot to coach any team and coach against my son playing for another team. So
Yeah.
he said if somebody can make that happen, wink, wink, then it can happen. And that's what he
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, but I did see a thing too where he said he was just like, and that it probably was the same interview as well, but I just caught a snippet of it where he said that because they don't practice hard in the NFL, and he was like, I can't, I just can't be out there with guys. He's like, my era where I came from, we practice like game speed. These guys now just walk around, they don't want to wear pads, everything. He's just like, I can't stomach that, so I'd rather not coach in the NFL.
They got the cushion helmets and stuff
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
He basically was calling them soft.
Yeah. He from a real era.
Yeah, I mean, look at CTE and what it's done to players over the years, and lawsuits, and
Yeah.
the severe issues that have taken place. I can see a huge, billion-dollar corporation taking some precaution.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, like, 'cause, we came up and we all played the game. We want to see the game, how it's supposed to be played, quote unquote. But there's a lot that comes with it, and I think to chalk it up as soft, even though we know, okay, this new generation, we pamper them, we give them, passes, but to call them soft because of it, no.
He didn't call him soft. I said basically he was saying that.
Okay.
Or maybe he wasn't saying soft. Maybe he was saying they're more like divas and entitled.
Okay. I get with that. But I'm sure that's how coaches in his day thought of him, for sure. Even though he was the best to do it.
Nah, they probably called him arrogant, if anything, but he claimed it.
Prime wasn't tackling nobody back in the day.
Nah, he wasn't. He sure wasn't.
He wasn't tackling nobody.
He sure wasn't. But they also weren't throwing it over his way, so he didn't have to tackle.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. That is real. But we were talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Who seems to know a lot about diversity, equity, and inclusion right now? The Lakers starting 5.
You said the Lakers?
The Lakers starting 5.
Lakers looking all right right now, man.
Yeah, they are. They look good.
And today they not even today, like a few hours ago, they just got Alex Lynn.
Yeah,
Alex,
I wanted to ask you guys about that. What do you think about
That's
that?
a big body.
I don't know much about that.
They got Alex Lynn, yeah.
Listen, he's a 7-footer. He's a body. Yeah. That's what they need. That's big.
They let Christian Wood go.
I was looking at the numbers.
Did he get hurt?
Christian Wood ain't played in 2 years, man. He just been sitting on the bench.
He was just sitting on the bench. It was kind of time for him to go.
Now they got a usable body. They got a big 7-foot usable body that can.
He had personal
go out
issues,
there.
I think like last year, and
like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he never got back. So
yeah, but he's been on the bench. He's been on the roster. Why? I mean, I would have thought they'd have been figured that out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the NBA, man. Money is guaranteed, so you can figure it out.
And he's probably been playing like trash in practice.
They bought him out.
They sent Dalton Connect to North Carolina for Mark Williams. Said that the Mark Williams physical was fugazi, so they rescinded the deal. Dalton Connect's back on the bench. They picked up Alex Lynn, but they didn't have to give up anything, so it's Dalton Connect still on the team? What's going on with that?
Well,
That's a
first
good.
of all, Charlotte said that they're actually challenging the voiding
Ascension.
of the physical because
Yeah, Charlotte is, y'all.
yeah, they said everything should be straight. So I don't think that's completely done yet.
It ain't.
Hmm.
And then obviously, which is smart, you got to go that way. Rob Pelinka told Connect, we never wanted to get rid of you. You just know we needed a big man. They wanted you, so we had to. The only way we could get the deal done was to trade you because they wanted you.
So that deal got nixed then.
Yeah, it got nixed as of
Okay, I get
now.
it.
But like Cliffy said, it ain't over yet because Charlotte is calling foul on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Speaking of buyouts, man, I don't know if somebody was listening to us last week or what, but I thank God that Ben Simmons is finally gone, man.
Yeah, somebody listening to us. Yeah, definitely. That's
Before we
crazy.
Where
go
did he
there,
go to Clippers?
Clippers.
He
hold on
went
one
to the
second.
Clippers.
Clippers.
Hold on one second, guys. Before we do that, I just want to shout out Benny Boom. He's got a bounce. I want to
Yeah,
thank
I
you for
got
hopping
to
on.
jump on the call. Yeah, man. I appreciate
Congrats.
you inviting me on this.
Congrats, dude.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Well
Yeah,
Hey,
deserved.
You could have
we
stuck
need
around for this Philly
congrats. We need
76 conversation.
we needed an Eagles fan on here. Somebody to come
come
up
on,
here
man.
and take the victory walk, yo.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
And
I was
Wesley,
trying,
you're
and I
in
was trying
Houston,
to get
right?
him to rep.
Huh?
You're in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I remember you were saying. My dad lives down there.
What part?
He's in Montgomery, Lake Conroe.
Oh, he's in Lake Conroe, so he's in the
Yeah, so
north
right
side.
up 40,
I'm
way
on
up.
south.
Oh, you are okay. He's above the
Yeah.
Woodlands, like up
Yeah.
there, 40
I
minutes
know exactly where that is. That's about an hour and 15 minutes away from me.
from where you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, nah, man. Well, thanks for hopping on. I wish you could
Yeah,
stick around for
man.
this Philadelphia
Salute.
76ers. This Sixer conversation. We talk about the champions. We're talking about the bottom of the barrel too, though.
Yeah, it's scraping the bottom,
Next
man.
time,
It's
next
sad.
week.
It's sad. It's a sad situation.
Yeah, lost and beat again, huh? He might be out for the year.
This might be it.
Yeah, it might be. They gonna
Yeah.
trade that dude, yo.
This might be it. This might
Somebody
be
This
it.
might be his career.
That's what I'm saying. This might be it. Like,
Yeah.
because how old is he?
It's
32.
not good.
We've been trusting the process for 10 years now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Since it was him and the other guy that we drafted before him that was the rookie of the year, the kid.
Oh, Markel Fultz.
Markel Fultz. Yeah.
Markel. That had to be 2015.
Yeah, that was crazy, yo.
Something like that. Yeah. That was the process. Him and Markel, and
Yeah.
trusting it ever since.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
We're gonna have you back
All right.
so we can talk
All
about
right,
it.
Benny.
All right,
Yeah.
peace, you guys.
Peace.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Yeah. So we're talking about Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
Somebody
just
bought him. I think Kai, you bought Ben Simmons.
yeah. I'm just happy that he's out of here. I mean, we're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything, but I'm glad he's gone.
And he's with the Clippers now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the best they'll be over there battling for best dress. They're gonna be sitting on the bench in street clothes, yo. All of
Yep.
them. That whole team.
Out in LA. Him and James
Wow.
Harden playing together is kind of funny because that was the big trade. James Harden forcing the
Yeah.
trade out of Brooklyn to go to the Sixers. So
I saw somewhere. I didn't know if it was a satire, but it was a post that had Kawhi basically telling Ben Simmons, he got to come to play. He can't be coming here to sit out.
What?
yeah.
That had to be AI. You can't be serious.
We need you.
Kawhi
We
was
need you here.
can't just be coming over here,
We
getting the
need you.
check.
Yeah, we need you on the court here.
That's crazy.
Kawhi.
That got to be AI. Unless he Ben Simmons, Kawhi, like, we need you on the court because I ain't gonna be out there.
Yeah.
Yo, but it's crazy because AD got traded for Luka, and AD healthy, one of the top 5 to 7 players in the league. He can be when he wants to be.
This dude played not even a game, played a half of a game,
And was balling.
balling,
balling.
and now out for like a month again.
And no contact.
But isn't it? Did he re-aggravate the injury he suffered when he was with the Lakers?
And nobody even knows.
They're calling it an abdomen strain.
Yeah.
An abdomen strain. You know,
like how crazy is that, yo?
Kyrie might shut it down too. You know how
Kyrie like, yo, listen, man, y'all wilding for real. And then, you know, speaking of that, like we were saying, man, like about I think I had put that in the thread where they were talking about like even what went down far as that trade. And I believe that logic, though.
I do too.
What's the logic?
So you know the lady Adelman or whatever that owns the Mavericks, right? Her money comes from the casino business.
She's a casino. Yeah,
She's a casino. She's a casino. Right? Yeah. So she wanted to make Dallas into a do a thing with casinos in Dallas and all that with the team. They said no, and she was like, well, let's move them to Vegas because she wants to go to Vegas. So they said, no, Dallas is doing good here. People love Luka, and the team's winning, and the people, this community loves Luka. We can't move it. So they saying that behind the scenes, basically, that's the whole underlying thing is that she's like, okay, well, I'm going to tank it out. I'm going to get rid of Luka that everybody loves, tank Dallas out, and then I'm going to move the team and get the people that hate the Mavericks and move them to Vegas.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense because if you think about it, everybody was talking about this whole thing came left field from nowhere. And it kind of makes sense for them to make that up and just now her to just say, okay, say he's overweight, do whatever, get rid of him, and now let's tank this team out, man, and then let's get it into Vegas.
Yeah.
Sounds like a billionaire move.
Yes.
Well, not only does it sound like a billionaire move, so many other players have to be a part of it. So many other things have to fall in place to open up the door for that to happen. Because
they don't have to fall in place. If you get rid of Luka, now the value of your team goes down. And now your fan base is pissed off at you. You know, and now you don't have.
You have to find somebody to take. You have to find somebody to take. You can't. It's not just get rid of him. You have to find somebody to take him. Now, it's always been rumored Luka was going to end up in LA and a New York or one of these other big city places would be the perfect spot for Luka because he's the star, he's the face, he's all the things that the NBA is looking for. Europe, the whole shebang. Okay, so we're going to call up Rob knowing Rob is going to do the deal. He's going to sit. You got Rich Paul, Clutch Sports. We need somebody that's going to be able to cooperate. You got to pull Utah Jazz and get like there's so many other things that you have to do for everything to line up. And then at the end of the day, it goes down. Everybody plays stupid. LeBron didn't know. Rich Paul didn't know. This was just something between Rob Pelinka and Nico Harris. Really? So how the owner's just going to come in and come on, man. Middle of the season, like, it's not like the Lakers was doing horrible. They was in fourth place. They were playing very, very well, even without AD. AD goes down with a mystery injury, no contact, comes back to Dallas, hits the floor, re-aggravates the injury. Why y'all got him on the floor? Because the idea is to tank the season. The idea is we don't need AD on the floor. So that means AD has to play along when he knows he's not really hurt. I mean, I'm just saying, conspiracy theory, y'all can be wilding, but if we're going to play the conspiracy theory, you got to play it all the way out. Everybody's got to cooperate.
Well, now I think that the further you go down the rabbit hole, it becomes a conspiracy theory. Beyond that, before that, it's just business. It's behind the scenes, backdoor business, and then the rest of the stuff we're talking now becomes conspiracy theories. But before that, it's all backdoor business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody like It was too many people
The
that
fact that
that,
it's
that should
backdoor,
know.
so what you say is backdoor business, well, that's conspiracy. Because you're pretending to be doing one thing, but backdoor, you're doing something else.
Well, you have to feed the public one narrative. You can't,
Right.
you can't keep, the public 100 on what's going on. Just can't.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like the mysterious injury from AD right before, like, and think of this like this, right? To me, the signal was Dorian Finney-Smith. That was the signal because that's Luka's favorite teammate of all time. And it brings length, 3-and-D, spot-up shooter, just what Luka needs.
Well, and what the Lakers would need to it's also what the Lakers would need to help pick up for Luka's non-defense.
Oh yeah. Now they got two. They got Vanderbilt and Finney-Smith. Both of those dudes can guard the 2 and the 3.
Damn.
So those guys are gonna be guarding people, but then you just gotta hope that they don't lose anything offensively. But with those two guys, Luka and LeBron, offensively, they can cover that up just a bit. All Finney-Smith and Vanderbilt got to do is finish around the basket and make an open jumper.
And they've been doing that. And Gabe Vincent is back making shots now. So
Gabe Vincent is definitely is definitely key. He's
Morris.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's
Morris
serviceable.
as well.
You can use him.
Yeah, Marquise Morris. He played for Dallas with Luka.
Right.
Yeah.
You got somebody that can play defense and put body on people, get physical.
Yeah. They definitely banking on just letting those dudes put them around guys like Vincent, Vanderbilt, Morris, Finney-Smith. All those dudes gonna defend. And then if Luka and LeBron are out there, they just got to go out there and be offensive minded, and they don't really think they need a big man all too much.
Yo, yesterday your man Jackson Hayes was running the floor.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes. I always liked him. I said that last year.
Yeah,
I called for him last year.
I think having Luka on the floor doing alley oops because he know how to throw alley oops. Like he kind of puts Jackson Hayes in place. Maybe a little bit more than Austin Reeves and LeBron.
Yeah, they do because
the way Luka plays, Jackson Hayes kind of fits the way.
Well, Luka is great at the read too, because he's when he comes into the lane, he soaks another defender away, and when he soaks him away, he throws that lob, and he has the height to get it over him as well. He's taller and bigger than Austin Reeves, so like that helps to throw that lob. Also, my man that's playing out there now with the mask on, like I don't know where he's been at or where they got him from, but he's been playing good.
Who's that?
Yeah.
What's his name? Goodwin.
Bruh. He had 17 last night and 10 the game before.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the last,
On the Lakers?
Yeah, he played for the Lakers. I've never heard of him. I don't know where they got him from.
Is it Archie Goodwin?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Archie Goodwin's from Kentucky. He can play.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, he went to Kentucky. He could play.
He's
like he reminds me of what do you call it? The dude they had a couple of years ago.
Malik Monk.
That was a good not Malik Monk. It was another one they had. They put him in the game down the stretch a couple of years ago, and he was a role player.
Jordan Goodwin. I know you're talking about
yeah, that's not Archie. Let me see Jordan Goodwin.
It's Jordan Goodwin. I just pulled it up.
I know you're talking about West, the other guy they had.
He had the funny hairdo back in San Antonio. He cut Lonnie.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker.
Yeah.
Lonnie Walker.
He's overseas. He's supposed to be the Michael Jordan of like this whole league overseas. And it was talking about the Lakers bringing him back.
Yeah, that's another person that plays defense.
They need beef. They need a body. They need meat in the middle is what they need.
So he didn't go to college.
That would be this.
That would be Alex Lynn.
Alex Lynn.
Yeah.
Alex Lynn and Marquise Morris.
No. I'm telling you who's the other one that's been going off lately now. And he's in a comfort zone. Hachimura, yo.
Oh, Jemison. Oh, Hachimura. No, Hachimura. He's starting.
Hachimura out there
Jameson.
shooting threes and doing all of that now. Like he's balling now.
Yeah, Hachimura is doing his thing, for sure. But just in terms of folks coming off the bench, the boy Jemison.
Oh, Jemison,
Play
yeah.
center, the 7.
Yeah.
He got into a little scrum in the game yesterday.
Not yesterday. It was the game before that. You talking about he threw the guard into the in the stands? Yeah.
Dude ran up on him. He mushed him out like, yo, you don't want to chill.
Yeah, that wasn't yesterday's game. That was the game before that.
Like they got bodies, bro. They got bodies. A lot of athleticism. Got fouls to give.
Yeah, they got a lot of
fourth place too.
Yeah, they had fourth place. But
I'm impressed with that.
We knew that was gonna happen. I was like, they're gonna linger. And then when that trade happened, I was like, yeah, they're gonna end up being like a 3 seed. But I thought Dallas was gonna be a 2 seed.
And Gafford just went down for them too.
And Gafford just went down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's something that's going on there. That's too.
There you go.
And Derek Lively hasn't been playing. What's up with that?
It's like now we get deeper and deeper into the hot conspiracy now.
Hey man,
the road to Vegas.
Yeah, but see, it's like I don't like that because that puts everything in jeopardy. Like everything's suspect at that point. If you're doing things like that, where we just going, fake injuries, tank the team, trade players, none of it. It's all entertainment. Well, we've been saying that for a minute, but
that's messed up, though. What did
Christian Wood have to say about the Lakers? Because I heard he got an article out there about breaking his silence on what happened with him in LA.
I know they bought him out today, though, so I don't know. I'm sure he's gonna be saying something. That's messed up, though. Like with this whole thing, if they even doing that, because that's messed up for Kyrie, yo.
It's an unfortunate situation with Christian Wood in terms of what happened with him and his baby's mother, and he had some drama, violence, and injuries. There's a lot going on. So, you can do a tell-all what the real deal is with the Lakers. Like, come on, man. Like,
with some domestic issues with wifey.
Yeah, but it wasn't
I don't know,
fault, though.
What I never heard what went on with him. I was wondering, what was up with him.
It was something with his wife, but it wasn't a physical assault. But it was something with his.
It wasn't physical. It was a lot. Somebody lied on him and said he was physical, and video evidence showed what he was being accused of wasn't the case. It had something to do with kidnapping his own daughter and somebody who was babysitting. A bunch of stuff. It was wild. It was wild.
So he was so all this time Christian Wood wasn't hurt.
Mm-mm.
And he was hurt.
He was hurt up here though last year because they remember last year when he came back. I was asking why they didn't play him. Remember against like I kept saying they should play Christian Wood, but they said from the neck up he wasn't ready to get back on the court. He couldn't help him. Yeah, he was.
He was dealing with a lot. Like
he was. That's what I'm saying. He had a lot of mental issues.
Man, you talking about your daughter, your child, your freedom. Being accused of something that you're innocent of. He was, not really all there. Understandably so. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cliff, West.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I hear you.
I thought I froze up. But yeah, I think the Lakers look good, man. They look good.
They do. I mean, they got me saying as a Laker fan, at least they got me saying as an old Laker fan. At now, I've changed my vocabulary to as an old Laker fan. I haven't said that in years. I'm just happy that we got a future. That's all I care about is the future.
Yeah.
They can have success in the present, but it's gonna be interesting. I just got to see how it looks outside of the NBA. Outside of the regular season, because Utah, that's a nice little game to come back to.
But the thing that I like though, Wes, because I don't count the Utah game. What impressed me was the Knick game
Well, it's just
because there
like,
was
what
no
is it? 6 in a row, 5 in a row. Y'all been winning.
Yeah, they've been
five
winning.
in
I
a
mean,
row.
they like
I think
11 games over
eight out
500.
of the last
Yeah.
10.
I think they got
Yeah,
the
it's like
last. I think they won the last 10 out of 11 games.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, they've been balling.
they've been playing
and
well.
but to go to New York, they won a 6 game road trip and went 5-1, or was it a
They beat
5 game
Boston.
road
They
trip?
beat Boston in that
They
stretch
they
too.
they they blew they blew the
Beat
doors off of
Boston,
Boston. But the
Boston,
Boston
New
game, I was
York.
kind of suspect because it was coming off the Boston's 40-point win over Golden State. Like it was a back to back. So it was always like, okay, but they still Boston's a great team, so
But
they
that
beat
Nick
a they
one,
beat a good team, right?
that Nick one was
Yeah,
crazy
That
though.
the Nick one was the one that
Nick
was like,
was
okay,
crazy, and there was no AD, and that's what impressed me. Everybody else had to step up, and we've been seeing Austin Reeves kind of elevate his game to a new level this year. That's like
well, that's the thing,
really
man.
key.
Austin Reeves was always good too. Like he just was he was a up and down. He wasn't consistent. And I
Hmm.
think what Austin, I think the reason Austin Reeves is having success this year is because Gabe Vincent. Well, lately it's because Gabe Vincent is defending the point guards.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, because they put
Yeah.
Austin Reeves on him before, and I was saying when you make him play those point guards, he be getting torched and he can't score offensively. He's done.
Yeah.
He's spent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And now
yeah,
you don't got to
Yeah.
play no point guards now, please.
Yeah.
yeah.
But now Gabe
Also,
Vincent
too.
stepping
Also,
his game up, keeps him on the floor because that Gabe Vincent couldn't stay on the floor because he
Yeah,
couldn't do much else, and he'd get into foul trouble, and it was like, okay,
yeah.
to your point,
He's
but
saying he's giving them
yeah.
he's giving them quality minutes.
But y'all, he's giving them
Reeves and
quality minutes, and like you said, he's giving them quality defensive minutes on top of making
yeah,
his threes. But I'm gonna tell you what's been really, really key watching the Lakers from the outside. Jared Vanderbilt coming back, you know.
Yeah, your twin, K.
yeah,
That's your little brother. He look.
Ja- Jared Vanderbilt coming back because now the number one offensive threat on any team, you got that long arm guy out there on him. And he ain't out there to try to score at
Nah,
all. All
he
he
out there
want to do
getting
is
three
play
points and
defense and
15
grab
rebounds.
rebounds, you know?
Yeah, he had like I think he was like three.
yeah,
He had three rebounds or three points, 15 rebounds the other night.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a Dennis Rodman type role player. Like
Yes.
you need players like that. It's no like these guys in the NBA now. They don't just do something. They gotta. Everybody want to get a triple double.
Right.
Everybody want to like Joe. Just go out there and lock somebody up and get your 15 boards and walk out and get out of there.
Yeah. And I think part of that too is, you know, just it's a good point too, Wes, is that that's what um McDaniels and Nikhil Alexander Walker was from Minnesota. And now for some reason they think that they're supposed to be shooting these corner threes all the time. And I think that that's a little thing that's kind of sort of messing with Minnesota as well. Because now, like you said, they're not just focusing totally on just being defensive guys. Now they're trying to get points as well.
I think Minnesota's struggling from the Julius Randle what do you call it, the disease. Julius Randle's the cancer. I'm just being keeping it
He
100.
is.
The
He
Knicks
is.
the Knicks were good when he wasn't there. The Lakers had the same issue with him. Julius Randle is a cancer. I'm telling you, he is.
Well, that
Um,
wasn't
yep,
a good trade for them. I mean, they lost
They
what they
lost Cat.
lost and what they gained is certainly they had a deficit. And Julius
he
Randle, he's not going to come in with supreme optimism and joy. You know that, so
nah,
you know he's
but
pulling the
the other
locker
thing
room
is
down.
he's like Jimmy Butler, but it's different, and I want to explain it. Like I'm not putting like in terms of their style of play. When you elevate someone in their status that they're not really that player, like Jimmy Butler to me is always a second option. But he thinks he's a one option because they put him at the one. But Jimmy Butler is such a dog that when you have like a guy like what's his name, Tyler Hero, he
hmm
he knows Tyler Hero ain't ready. So when Jimmy Butler see people that ain't ready that give props, it bothers him, right? So he just don't like it, right? So like same thing when he was on Minnesota, he saw Carl Anthony Towns. He probably had one skills, but he was soft as heck, and Jimmy Butler didn't like it. But he's not a one himself. Julius Randle thinks he's like a one because he was the best player on the Knicks for a couple of years. But the reality was when they got your man from Dallas, it was easy to Brunson. It was like, yo, it's not even close. You're like a great three option. A stretch is a two, but Julius Randle be a great three if he could just stick in his three
Yeah,
mode. He'd
yeah,
be awesome. But he thinks he's better than that, and your man, they can't play together. Him and the young boy. You can see they don't like each
Yeah,
other on the court. You can just see it. They have
yeah.
no
Because
chemistry.
Ant, like you got to get
Ant-Man
out of
can't
Ant
stand that
way.
dude.
You got to get out of Ant way and let him cook because
Yeah.
he be out there cooking, yo.
And Julius hold the ball
I
too
called
much.
that.
He got it. They need
I
it.
called
They
that.
have to understand and get the chemistry how OKC has, because OKC gives the ball to Shea, get out his way, and let Shea cook, and he carries them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they got the other
Now I
dude on
knew when I
OKC. That's nice though. The hot
Jalen
socks.
Williams,
Oh
Jalen
my
Williams,
God.
Jalen
that Jalen Williams.
That's my
Yeah, but
boy.
what I'm saying is that they know how to play with each other. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they got respect
yeah,
for each other.
Yeah,
But I think what
yeah.
it is that the
I said
coaching. Go ahead, Pop.
I was saying with Julius Randle being on the Knicks when Jalen Brunson came to the team, it took him a minute to figure out how to play with Jalen Brunson. Like I
Yeah.
think that last year when he came back off an injury, I think that he resigned himself to being that player that the Knicks needed, and then they traded him. I knew that shit wasn't going to sit well at all, especially going to Minnesota. It's like you've been in New York for the last 5 years, and you're gonna go to Minnesota. I don't like this.
Did he actually play
I
though
knew that was
last year? Did he play with Brunson at the end last year? I thought he wasn't
like,
available
he
for the
No,
wasn't
he
in.
playoffs.
came. He came the end of the
he
season.
played.
No, but I'm saying he
He came
wasn't
in the
available
season.
for the playoffs though, right?
He wasn't in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Randall
that's what
didn't
I
Well,
play in the
thought.
that's
playoffs.
No,
because he got hurt just before the playoffs.
Yeah,
Again.
Okay.
but he did. But toward the end of the year, he did play, and they played well
Okay,
Yeah.
I
together.
wasn't sure. It's something about him. I be feeling like, yo, man, you trying to do too much, dog. You're not a
I
3-point shooter.
agree
Like
with you 1,000%.
he's a prime example of people that just shoot threes. He's not a 3-point shooter. Like it makes me sick to watch him shoot a 3-pointer, Julius Randle.
it does.
Cause
Mm-hmm.
that's not his game. Everybody can make a three because they do that all day. They practice, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not 3-point shooters, and it makes a mockery of the game. People like him shooting threes. It's,
Yeah.
it's
Every time
crazy.
I do see the stats and I see Julius Randle with 3-point shots up, I always look at it like, what the heck, yo? Like,
Yeah, why
why
he
is he
doing
shooting
that? It's like
threes?
Giannis shooting threes. Like, why is Giannis shooting a three?
Yeah, same with Giannis. When I see him, it just looks like a struggle for him. Like, I'll be like, why are you doing this, dude?
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
even make
Like
a free throw. Like, what are you shooting threes for?
you can't make free throws, but you shooting 30-footers. It makes no
Everybody's in love
sense.
with the three.
But nah, the LA looks good. OKC looks good. I still love Houston. I think Houston didn't do enough at the trade deadline. I really feel like they needed another piece, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But they still play good. I think Houston can get somebody in the first round. It's gonna be about, but it's always about matchups. Who gets who, right?
Didn't
So
somebody go to Houston, West?
yeah, they got somebody, but I don't know if it was like that much of a needle mover.
Was it Kevin
Um,
Porter Jr.? Somebody went there. I don't know who it was.
I'll tell you in a second. But yeah,
No,
I
Kevin
like.
Porter Jr. was on Houston and
Yeah,
they
he
got
was.
rid of him.
He was the one who got. He's the one who got
He
caught up
got
in
he got in trouble with his
the
girlfriend
law.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not. He's his career
They
might be
got
done.
somebody. I forgot, but he got traded too. He's on somebody because I just saw him playing the other day on a new team.
Yeah. Let me see.
I
I'll tell
think
you
he
in a
might be in
second.
Milwaukee or something like that. I think it's Milwaukee he on now.
Who's that? Who you asking about?
Kevin
Uh,
Porter Jr. I think he's on Milwaukee now.
I'm looking at the Houston roster because they made a pickup at trade if they see if they got anybody.
They did get somebody. I forgot who it was.
I don't remember them getting anybody.
Yeah, I don't think they did. I'm thinking.
No?
Nah.
Uh,
They got Cody Zeller if that was a pickup, but
Kevin Porter Jr. is with the Wizards. I mean, with the Warriors. Excuse me.
No, he ain't in the Warriors, is he? Kevin Porter Jr., I think it's on like I think Milwaukee or something like that. One of the weird teams.
Yesterday's final. Kevin Porter Jr. stats: 10 minutes, 2 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound.
For who?
For who?
Go Warriors.
Oh, he's on the Warriors now. Okay.
He's on the Warriors?
Kate Porter Jr. stats: 10 minutes, 2 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound.
They just played the Warriors and Bucks just played each other. That's probably where you saw him, Cat.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
He's on the Bucks or the Warriors.
He's on the Bucks. I'm sorry, he's on the Bucks.
He's on the
Yeah, he's on the
Bucks.
Bucks.
That's what I was about to
Yeah, he's
say.
on
I
the
didn't think it
Bucks.
was the Warriors. It's the Bucks. Yeah,
He's on the Bucks.
yeah.
Well, they got him here with the Los Angeles Clippers uniform on, and they got the score.
Yeah, he was with the Clippers for a minute. He was with the Clippers for
Yeah,
a
that's what I
minute.
thought. I'm like, I could have sworn I saw him with a Bucks uniform on. I was like I thought it was the Bucks.
Yeah, he was with the Clippers for the most of the season, and they traded him to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's gonna be a good. The NBA did the right thing. They did it at the right time. The week where there was nothing going on. They had the LeBron and the Luka trade. They get the promotions they need going into the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And then everybody knows that we all start watching basketball because the NCAA tournament starts in March, and then people pivot from the tournament right to the NBA playoffs.
Yeah. And Luka got his little tune-up game yesterday. He'll tune up again against the Jazz again tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they got back-to-back against the Jazz. Yep.
Yeah. He'll tune up against the Jazz again, and then he got the break. And he's not. They said he's not taking nothing. He's not doing nothing with the All-Star this year, so he'll be ready, fresh to go after that.
I got it.
They come back against the Hornets, I think.
Okay. Well, I got to bounce, fellas.
Me too.
I got to bounce out.
All right.
But
Good one. It was a good one.
Yes, sir.
We'll follow back.
Yes, sir.
We'll follow back next week on episode 80.
180.
180.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up.
Peace, y'all.
All right,
All right, y'all. Peace. Take care, guys.
Peace.